All right, so I want to do a little bit more like vlogging. So we do a lot of like car stuff, and our project has been a little slow just because we're waiting on parts. I mean, anybody who works on cars kind of knows how it is. You know, you just gotta wait on a couple things. Sometimes it takes longer than we thought. We had other little side jobs and side quests that needed to be done before we could continue our VA project. But we are still working on stuff and always doing car stuff. So we're gonna tell you a little bit behind the scenes of what we do. Maybe a little bit more of my setup stuff now. Now that I have an actual kind of office space, I'll be able to kind of bring you guys with me on my little design stuff. I mean, right now I have this little thing. I'll show you guys in a little bit what this is. If I click on here to show you. So yeah, this thing, I worked on this. This is from an idea I got today. So yeah, I mean, always working on some car stuff, always designing stuff, printing stuff. So let's bring you guys along now. Yeah, so we'll put in this one. This will be our first vlog. We'll get better as we go along, just as we got with content creation. So yeah, so I'll put a little bit of what we did this weekend coming up next. We worked on a couple of cars, and then yeah, we're getting ready to continue onto the biggest part of our V8 project. So we're going to be cleaning up and setting up so that we can do more welding stuff and some of the bigger stuff that's involved with our project. So we'll get to that soon. Right now, I'm just very happy about my setup right here. I recently just got this table, so it's actually a stand-up desk. You can move it up and down. And then I 3D printed, I think these still come in frame, yep. I 3D printed these. These are little 3D printed brackets, and you can get this STL file online. You have to pay for this one. And then you just get these wooden dowels from Home Depot. Just put them in, pretty proud of that. It goes all the way across. The reason I got this is because it's very modular. So I want this entire setup to be extremely modular. So I'll be able to print some little drawers that will be in here, and I'll be able to print some hangers and stuff for my headphones, because right now I have them under the table, but I'll be able to put them in here. That's when I do the editing for videos. So yeah, we'll be able to do a lot of stuff in here. I have another spare keyboard over here. It's a little different on the clicks, which is what I like. I want to have two different ones. So I have this one right now, it's a wired. So that one I'm actually going to make a piece under the desk that will hold it. And so that's what I've been printing recently. So I've been printing recently right here. So this is a multi-board. These are free. They're on Thingiverse. And you can generate whatever size. You can go onto their app, their web-based app. You can actually put in the dimensions that you have, and it'll print stuff out. It'll tell you which ones you need for those dimensions. So I printed a bunch of these things out. So these are all going to go under the desk, and then I'll be able to mount stuff to these. So it's going to be pretty awesome. After that, these were oopsie. I was supposed to print these in black, but I ended up printing these in my waste filament. These are filaments that I had previously. So all the under pieces, all the under desk pieces will be waste, quote unquote, waste filament that I bought for a project months ago, and now I don't need anymore. So these are like odd colors that I probably won't ever use. So I'm just kind of trying to burn them through, you know? So yeah, these three, when I was doing my math and all this crazy stuff, I'll show you guys the thought process right here. Here's my idea binder, you know, WPM right here. WPM on everything. So yeah, so I made my walls, took my measurements, then like I said, I put it on that generator, and I had to divide it into pieces because there is bracketing under this table. There is the motors under the table. So I couldn't just, you know, use the dimensions of the table. So I had to use this. And then after that, from that generator, I was able to get the grids, you know, 4x4s, 4x2s, whatever. What's for the wall, what's for the desk. And when I did that the first time, I got trigger happy, got so excited I was finally getting to do this, that I put all the ones that were gonna be single, because you can print these stacked too, which is amazing. So all the ones that were gonna be single, I printed in multiple beds and made them fit into the least amount of prints as possible. And I ended up printing these three that were supposed to go on the wall. So now, but I don't want to put random colors on my wall. So the wall is going to be one solid color. So I need to reprint these. These are waste, but I'll keep them just in case if I ever need it for something else. I mean, you never know, I could put these in a random spot or something. So I'll keep these, but these are not the correct ones anymore. But yeah, this entire wall will be filled with my little knickknacks. I got a lot of Lego champions. Got some movie prop style Darth Vader helmet, a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, that's what's coming next onto this little setup. As of right now, I'm designing this, which came to my idea, I guess, when I was working today. So I was working on a Cayman. I don't know how well you guys can see on the screen. So this, also, I'm getting used to the space mounts again. I had got a lot of practice before, and I was working on my couch. Now on the desk, I haven't used it, so I'm getting used to it again. But, here. All right. So this was my idea because on a Cayman, on a Porsche, whatever, Cayman, the car was too low, so I needed to jack it up from the rear so I can get the pads under it. And I've seen before where you can get this bolt-on attachment for the rear, and so you bolt it on, and then from there you're able to lift up your rear from the rear subframe brace. And I thought, well, not a lot of people. I've only seen that like once in all the Caymans that I've touched, and I work at a Porsche shop. So I was like, oh, well, it would be nice if I could get a jack under there. But the jack, you don't want to put it right onto the studs. So I'm going to make a pad out of TPU. And if somebody wants it, I'll have it available on my website too. And so, yeah, so I'm going to print this out of PLA first, then I will make it out of TPU. And then it'll be really strong. You can put it on a jack. So that is my thought process here. So this round piece here will go onto your jack. And I made this diameter about the normal size of any jack. And then this other piece here should fit in the groove. Let's see if I can pull up my notes. So that will fit in this groove here. This is the cover that goes to those braces. So these are the two studs I'm talking about where you can lift it from. So these two, I want to be able to go around them. So that's what this piece will do. So this piece will fit in this area here. So you can lift on a nice flat surface, and it is on that brace, which you can use from that other kit I was talking about, which I believe comes from like Renline, is the biggest one that I've seen, but there are other brands that make it. And so I'm just making a puck that can go onto the jack and be used for the same purpose. And so you'll be able to lift your rear tires, change it, tire swap, whatever you need to do, or just be able to lift your car a little bit better. Because on Porsche you have really small lifting points, and you don't have like a pinch wheel that goes all the way to the bottom, all the way across, so you can't really lift it from one spot and then put a jack there. You gotta lift in this weird kind of like diagonally, and it'll lift both sides, and you can put a jack, and then yeah, you gotta like teeter-totter the whole car to get it on jack stands if you want it on all four. With this, it would solve that problem by lifting the rears, and then after that you can get the fronts, or whatever way you want to do it. If you want to put the fronts in first, and then afterwards you can put the two rears in like this. So yeah, I'm going to print this in PLA, like I said, as a prototype, and then once I know that the measurements are good, we'll go ahead and do TPU. Yeah, after this is the easy one. After this, I'm going to design a chassis table that I want to be modular, because I want to be able to use it for the FRS project that we're doing the V8 swap on. And then I'm going to use it also for the next project, and then we'll see what projects come up after that we need it for. So for now, I know for sure we're going to need it for two, so I'm going to try and make it modular where, here's my thought process. It'll go under the chassis, between the two wheels, and then I will be able to make other, step back. So it'll go between the two wheels, I'll be able to put leveling pads so that I can level the whole car out no matter how uneven the surface is or how uneven the floor is. Once that is done, that gets the car in the air and leveled. Then from there, if you just leave it like that, you should be able to work on your engine side and your differential side with a lot of space, which is what I want, because sometimes you just need to get in there and mock up stuff. So I'm trying to leave space like that, so it's not just a flat table blocking all my view. And then from there, I will make extra tables that will bolt up to the chassis tape, that original chassis table. So that way you can use your differential, you can cradle a differential in there or your subframe and get that in and contort it however you need to fit into the car that you're working on. And then on the other side, we'll do the same for an engine. So I'll be able to, lift an engine, raise it, tilt it however I need to, and then be able to put it under that. And you'd be able to, theoretically, if there's enough space in the front, you'd be able to just pull the engine straight out and push it back in, just not bolting it from that chassis table. So that's the next thing to come from my design. So I need to make that. That'll probably just be a personal project. So that's just something I'm gonna make for myself, besides like all these things that I make online. But yeah, so let me try to do some vlogs, all the stuff we do on the weekends, because we meet every weekend, but we don't always have enough content to make weekly, because there's just, sometimes we're just doing like an oil change or something, and then we end up doing, like last weekend we were cutting up wood and stuff for my daughter's room, and so that's not really automotive stuff to make a YouTube video out of. We can't really include it in the V8 swap videos, so it's kind of just going nowhere. So we wanted to make some vlogs so you guys can see, because we always have really fun time, and kind of you guys will learn more about WPM and who we are and stuff. So yeah, we wanted to bring you along for the ride as much as we can, really take this thing seriously. So yeah, also I am nowhere near an engineer, so if you guys have any pointers, by all means help me out. This is all self-taught. I've done it through HPA, I've done it through YouTube. I've just taught myself how to do CAD work, and my brain's always thinking, that's just my thing. So yes, so if you guys have any pointers, any tips or anything, definitely hear you out. But also just letting you guys know, because if I can do this, like you can do this. If you wanted to make things for your car, or design your own things, you have an idea you want it to come to life, and just take a couple minutes on YouTube. You can load it on a laptop. I first started teaching myself on my old laptop that was nowhere near capable. It would be glitchy, it would be terrible resolution. This is 4K resolution now, and it renders it beautifully on this Razor, so I can actually see what I'm doing and it's not glitchy. But my first ones, I was able to teach myself through here. And I followed a good channel on here on YouTube, is Learn Everything About Design. That's where I did my 30-day first course, and then I got into the HPA one, which is High Performance Academy. That one you do have to pay for, but that one is more automotive based. So if you're doing automotive stuff, I would definitely recommend the HPA one. And that one will get more and more detail about cars and how to make things for cars, and it'll just refine your skills, but also you have to practice it. So just design random things. And this one's just an idea I had today, and it was a simple one, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it right now. And so I did it right now because the chassis table is gonna take some time, and I don't want to have to put this on the back burner just because this is a later project compared to the chassis table, but this one is done already. And so I can print this when I go back into work Monday, pop it on a Cayman, see if my measurements were correct, see if my idea was correct, and yeah, I'll be able to test it out and know that it fits and works well. But yeah, and if you guys have questions about any of that stuff, I'll try and help you the best I can. Put it in the comments, DM me on Instagram, whatever. I'm always trying to help the community. I'm a big believer that, we all need to help each other, especially in cars. Like, there's not a lot of us out there, and instead of putting hate, try to just help each other out. Love all cars. Got pistons on the fingers for that reason. I love everything about cars. So yeah, expect more vlogs. There's going to be random things. I'll try and title them the best I can. But yeah, there's going to be random. They won't be posted on a weekly timeline or anything either. It'll just be random too. And once we get the V8 swap project rolling again, then we'll try our best to have those videos put up on a somewhat schedule. Because again, it's just hard. We have one day a week to be able to do this. We all have full-time jobs, but this is our passion, and we love doing this. And I think we've all grown to love doing content, actually. So we're always thinking about what should we record next, what should we do next, projects, a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, so we're always moving. The train's always moving. You may not see it, but it's always going. So yeah, if you're watching till then, if you watch this till here, thank you. And yeah, I mean, keep watching our stuff. We'll keep posting stuff, and the more followers we get, the more that this could be a full-time thing. I don't know. I mean, we're gonna see where it ends up. And we love building cars. We love working on cars. So we'll just keep going with this. Hopefully we can bring our podcast back. We're just waiting on final touches on my apartment that I got here, because we're still waiting on a storage unit. So I have a bunch of trash just laying around in my living room. Not appealing to the eye when we're trying to make a podcast. I mean, even here, I'm still not done. You can see with all my stuff. Like, all this is supposed to not be on the desk. It's all supposed to be away, but still trying to organize. So we'll get there. Bear with us. Cool things will come along. I promise you, the V8 swap is just the beginning. It's not. This is not like the extent of our ideas. Our ideas go crazier beyond this. I have an entire. How can I minimize this? Okay, I have an entire folder here in Fusion that is just for the next project, which I will not share because it is secret. Yeah, we'll keep it as a secret till then. But yeah, I mean, after the V8 swap, then we have another project, which we cannot. Yeah, so we have the V8 swap, then we have another project that's a secret project as well. Hopefully, should be done this year, and then the next project is the really big project, which is the bigger secret. So yeah, stay tuned, follow us along, and yeah.